Keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burby's 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Good day, welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Trinidadian energy strategist Anthony Paul believes it would be in the nation's best interests to build up its capabilities in the petroleum sector for independent assessments and reviews so that it can guard against over-reliance on oil companies' data and their interpretation of it. Paul said it is critical that Guyana arms itself with experts who can provide independent analysis of data provided by ExxonMobil affiliates and any other oil company operating offshore. He said the country must have the capabilities to be able to properly interrogate what is presented by companies, adding that such skill sets would be beneficial when the country is ready to craft an oil and gas master plan later on. Paul was keen to note as well that independent assessments are crucial for Guyanese to be able to ascertain if they are being presented with the best field development plans for the extraction and production of its hydrocarbon resources. Meanwhile, Mr. Paul gave his thoughts on the current state of the local oil and gas sector. Among the many things he warned about was that Guyana needs to speak in one voice to show harmony in the development of its oil resources, and most importantly, for the protection of revenue garnered for the lucrative commodity. He said that people will have their political party loyalty, but added that there is one Guyana, and therefore urged that politicians think about the areas of the sector where they can agree and focus on, rather than focusing on the areas where they don't agree. Ultimately, the aim of the government and the opposition, he noted, is to ensure that the country maximizes its oil profits while maintaining the safety of its environment. In other news, Guyana's Local Content Secretariat has now mandated all oil companies to pay Guyanese within 30 to 45 days for their services. It is hoped that this measure will finally bring an end to complaints of inordinate delays for payments. This major achievement for the Secretariat follows previous discussions that were had with the private sector for a 30-day payment period. Following continued discourse, the Secretariat said yesterday that it instructed contractors and subcontractors to implement an amendment to their 5-year local content master plan. And of the 16,223 candidates who registered for this year's National Grade 6 assessment, 3 pupils, Jonathan Gomes, Angelica Sabrian, and Newell Bancroft, were named the country's top performers. According to Minister of Education Priya Manikchand, Gomes of Josel Education Institute, located in Georgetown, Sabrian of Cumberland Primary School in Region 6, and Bancroft of Annandale Primary on the east coast of Demerara, all tied for first place with 518 marks and have acquired a space at Queen's College. Also placed at Queen's College are Eliana Ganpat of Mays Under 12, Sierra Prescott of Westfield Prep, and Jayshawn Manram of Grams Hall Primary, who shared the 4th position with 517 marks. In other news, the United Nations Development Programme in its 2022 Human Development Report has found that 38.8% of Guyanese citizens are intensely deprived. Notably, the report said Guyana's Human Development Index, or HDI, value for 2021 is 0.714, which put the country in the high human development category, positioning it at 108 out of 191 countries and territories. Also between 1990 and 2021, Guyana's HDI value changed from 0.509 to 0.714, a change of 40.3%. In 2021, the year under review, Guyana's development index dropped from the previous year. And now let's tell you, the Home Affairs Ministry stated on Friday that the Regional Security System, or RSS, has found no evidence of a police cover-up in the murder of Ricardo Fagundes, better known as Paper Shorts. Instead, according to the ministry, accusations made by Police Sergeant Detective Dion Bascom that there was a cover-up was only hearsay. President Ali had recently requested the services of the RSS after the detective, via his lawyer, Nigel Hughes, had asked him for protection. Bascom's need for protection arose after he had made a Facebook Live accusing his superiors of the police force's criminal investigation department of accepting a $30 million bribe to cover up Paper Short's murder. And now let's tell you, a Caldigan, East Coast Demerara man lost his life on September 7th while trying to secure electricity for his home. Dead is 32-year-old Mark Wells. According to police, the man's girlfriend, with whom he resided, revealed that on the day in question, around 20 hours 40, Wells was in the yard running a wire to a nearby house to receive electricity. A short while after, she said she heard him screaming and rushed to see what was happening. The woman noted that upon arrival, she observed that he was holding a white electric drop cord in his left hand and lying motionless on the ground. She said that she managed to remove the wire from his hand and observed that he was unresponsive. She then raised an alarm. And to wrap things up, two gunmen on Wednesday, who were dressed as security guards from that should be Amalgamated Security Services Limited, managed to rob the GTT store located on the second floor of the Giftland Mall, Turkine, Georgetown. The bandits managed to escape with $13.4 million in cash and another $6 million worth of checks. According to information, the robbery took place after the mall was closed. Police gave the time as 21 hours 45. We were told that when the men entered the mall disguised as security guards, no one stopped them or suspected that they were bandits, since the security company is contracted by GTT to conduct cash-in-transit services. This activity would normally be carried out after the store would have ended its operation for the day. And just before we wrap things up, we close things off as usual with the page 7 of today's Kaieteur News. Always on time. Many human beings have spent their entire lifetime trying to figure out the intricacies of our existence here on Earth. Many have departed without finding answers to some of their many questions, but the search is always continued by succeeding generations. Creation, the vast universe, human beings speak for themselves. They are the handiwork of a higher being, one our mere human minds cannot yet comprehend. We will forever be in awe of the things we cannot understand, but sometimes just believing can unveil many answers we so desperately seek. If only we can believe in the Supreme Creator, we just might begin to accept that He is literally capable of making the impossible possible. It is high time that Guyanese begin to embrace the fact that our Creator can be illogical, but always on time, every time.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's Newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465